I just want to kind of give you a little background about how I got into this. People have asked me, this is great, have you always wanted to be an author? Have you always liked writing? And I said, no, not at all. No, not even close. In college, I would have much rather taken a test than write a paper. I used to just sit there with my pen in my hand and get writer's block and couldn't stand to write. And this passion hit me probably about 3 years ago. And the passion didn't hit me just to write anything. It hit me to write what's in the framework of the snowball effect. And at the time, I was working at a inpatient psychiatric hospital, and I was doing groups with people who just were severely depressed. They had encountered just horrific experiences and losses that really just too much for them to handle, and they had become hopeless, and a lot of them were just too depressed to get out of bed. And so I started thinking, what can I give them? They're only going to be here 5 to 10 days. What can you do for somebody in 5 or 10 days? You know, I'm not a physician. I'm not writing them prescriptions. What can I do in 5 or 10 days to try to help people that were so depressed they really didn't want to live anymore? And I thought the one thing they needed was hope. They needed hope that they could just to even do the outpatient therapy that they would need when they got out of the hospital. They needed hope. They needed hope to get out of bed, enough hope to get out of bed to even get to that appointment. So I started researching hope. And the framework of the snowball effect, originally I was calling hope-based therapy, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to write something more academic based on research or something just for the everyday reader. And it was just such a strong, I've never felt anything so strong, the calling and the passion for this project. And so I started working on it, and I started looking for themes that the people in the hospital and people were struggling with. And as I began to write, I realized that these themes did not have to just be for people who were so depressed that they needed to be hospitalized. They could be for anybody. And the themes have been the same. I started this blog 3 years ago and started writing stuff, and I called it Let Life In Practices, and initially we moved it to the snowball effect. But this framework and this theme, it remained the same.